I'm Dr. Susan Giovanni, family practice physician in Wichita, Kansas. I want to talk with you today about how easy it is to incorporate lifestyle changes into your family. Not only the changes you make, but the changes your family make can influence your life. A few months ago, I switched over to a low glycemic Mediterranean style of eating, and so did my entire family since I'm the cook, which means I do the grocery shopping and I do the meal preparation. I'm the one that puts the food on the table, literally, for them to eat. The funny part is the kids love it. I have triplets. They're 5.5-year-old, 2 girls and a boy. And now I've got one girl, especially when we sit down at the meal table, she says, "Mom, is this low glycemic?" And I have to explain which parts of the meal are and which parts of the meal are not, or how we could have modified the meal to make it more appropriate for a low glycemic diet. She also loves to exercise. I've taken an exercise video, put it on, and then all three of us, the kids and I, get moving to the video, and it takes about 10 minutes to do. We've done it a couple times a day on some days, first thing in the morning before they go off to school. If we don't get it done before school, then they're asking me when they get home, "Mom, when can we do our stretches," they call it. So we have to pull out the video and start our exercise routine. They need some help with it, but they're loving it. They're completely enjoying the whole thing. One of the things I decided to do was to incorporate fruits and vegetables into their life very early. So my children have been good eaters from the very beginning. I have the advantage of having young children. If you don't have young children, but you have other people in your home to feed, then you may have a little more difficulty with this. You may have to slowly incorporate changes so that they can get used to them. There are some things that you could change over right away. For instance, white rice has a very high glycemic index. That's going to spike your blood sugars and then raise your insulin level and then drop it, and you're just not going to feel good after eating white rice. You can switch to brown rice, which has a much lower glycemic index, but it has a completely different texture and look. So your family's going to be well aware that you made a change. Or you could switch to basmati rice. It's a little lighter, but it's still a white rice, a little longer, and it tastes wonderful. Your family will hardly know the difference. They won't know that you didn't make your good old-fashioned white rice for whatever recipe it is you're preparing. And their sugars will not spike, and I guarantee you they will be happier campers after the meal. So I've made that change. Nobody blinked. Nobody batted an eye at that. The other change we made that was very simple was changing out new potatoes, small new potatoes, for russet potatoes. I do the same thing with my new potatoes that I do with my russet potatoes. My family loves mashed potatoes, and so I slice them, I clean them, and cook them whole, and then I slice them and then mash them so the skins aren't very thick, and I add a butter substitute, and I add a little bit of salt and pepper and some garlic, and they absolutely love them. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy cooking. I like being in the kitchen. My family loves to eat, and I love seeing their behaviors change when they eat low glycemic foods. We've switched over to whole wheat pastas. I have an Italian background. I grew up with pastas. My family loves pasta, and we just probably aren't going to do without pasta, but we've switched to wheat pasta, and we can get it all shapes and sizes, and I can make my own sauces for it and add my lean proteins to it, and they love it as well. They're very good about eating what I give them. And then we add good healthy vegetables with it too, and we've just deleted out most of our breads. We hardly eat any bread anymore at all. If we do, it's sourdough bread or whole wheat, whole grain breads. Of course, we have to still be careful about portion sizes. It's not that we can eat everything we want whenever we want and however much of it we want to eat. We do still have to be a little careful about that. So I just make sure that every 3 to 4 hours, all of us are being offered a low glycemic food, either a shake, a bar, a snack, a meal, something that's going to satisfy our need for energy, but not spike our blood sugars and raise our insulins and then cause us to bottom out those blood sugars and feel so bad. I concentrate better. I focus better. I feel better during the day. It's a simple lifestyle change. that you can incorporate every day. You can eat out with it. There are many restaurants who serve new potatoes, use basmati rice, serve wheat pasta. Most restaurants have lean proteins. You ask for the sauces on the side and you've lowered your fat content considerably. If you're not working so hard on your cholesterol and you're processing your cholesterol as well, then you might be able to have a little more of that than someone else does. But it's great fun to try new things for me. My family has taken on that same pioneering spirit and said, we'll try anything. If we don't like it, we just don't make it again. As simple as that. If it's not too bad and think, oh, well, maybe that's all right, then I might just try doing something different with it next time and not serving it the exact same way. My kids are very good about mealtime. My husband loves to eat, so he's not a problem at all. And I have very much enjoyed making the changes that I've needed. And it's been fun to try different things that I can offer my patients as well. There are some things, again, that we have control over in life, and what we eat is one of those things. And what we eat is going to influence how we feel and how we perform throughout the day. I encourage you to consider, again, what you're putting in your mouth and think about what it's doing to you and how long and productive your life is going to be based on what you're feeding your body. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. I hope you have a great day.